Tyler, what are you doing?
My bad. What's up, girl?
Oh, we're not recording on that yet. We're just
Okay, I forgot.
We're back.
We're back.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Tyler.
And you're watching and listening to
Hustle and Lace Podcast.
So, we told y'all that the next time you would see us, it would be after our event.
Woo!
We did it, y'all. Like literally, like being able to finally take a deep
literally,
breath.
we've been talking about this for probably years.
And like to see it actually come together and like people come to it and enjoy it and
we really did that.
Yes,
I'm so happy and satisfied like with how it came out. Like I know there's little things that we want to tweak, but overall I was so happy about it.
Yeah,
like,
no, definitely.
I keep talking to Mike like
we're just used to it. We're not recording on there yet. But I was excited. I wouldn't, if like you said, of course there's little stuff we want to tweak, but I definitely wouldn't change a thing. Like I felt like people got the vibe that we were going for.
And like all the feedback we got, all the love that people were showing, like
people were showing love, like, and especially we were fighting this week really against like 3 big events that were within 30 minutes of us. Right, that's true. True. Huge festivals that they have every year that we didn't know anything about. So the fact that we had the turnout that we did have, I was thankful for that.
Right.
So we got our photos
and our recap video,
and we already saw those, which look amazing.
The pictures look amazing. Like I was so surprised. Like let me not say that, but
so you gonna cut that one. So you better start again. Say something about the pictures look amazing.
My girl, I'm gonna say my girl, she did her thing. Like she really did. She came through like I knew she would. She didn't charge us. She was like, she knew this was our first event. She wanted to see us win. She want to work with us every time. So
Don't say she didn't charge us.
Why
not? She might not.
Oh, okay.
Well, you ain't charged.
Gotcha.
Hey, that's our business.
You're right.
Okay,
you're
start
right.
again. My girl Keisha, she didn't go.
Girl, we ain't doing all that.
So you gonna cut it out?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it out. Nikisha did our pictures and she did so good.
She did amazing. So we saw those, and then right before we got ready to come here, I got the link to our recap video.
Oh yeah.
So we haven't watched it. I wanted to watch it. So we got two, like one is a testimonial video and the other one was like the recap for the full video.
Should we insert it on the YouTube too?
I think we should insert it on the YouTube.
All right.
So this is our first one. So let's watch.
Hold my hand, friend.
My experience today has been phenomenal. Listen, I came away from Fayetteville.
It look good already, y'all.
What you guys are doing had to pop up. The food has been great. Candles, fashion. It's just been an amazing time, and I'm super excited.
Okay, pastor. Not the pastor.
It's a cookout. Your auntie over there, cousin, them little nephews.
Yes.
All the music playing, food is great. Gotta get my drink. It's not a pop-up without a drink in your hand.
Okay.
My experience has been amazing. To see so many people come together, people of color, different ethnicities come together and just experience having fun and shopping.
Had a great time, lots of creative people.
My experience today was beautiful.
Look at me.
Wonderful food, nice vibe, very diverse. It's just a good time.
I met a lot of great people, a lot of good businesses, got a lot of good insight and information on everything. It's good to see everybody coming together, everybody trying to work together just to reach that goal. And events like this, it can happen. So this event right here was great, man. I enjoyed my time there.
Okay, Vontae.
Okay.
It looked good, y'all.
That was so good. Okay, that was the testimonials one.
I'm just too excited. I'm sorry.
All right, and so now we have Let me Google it. All right, now we have the event recap.
Okay, we all took a good start.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Tyler.
Of Hustle and Lace Podcast. And welcome
Nah, it looks good. Yo, it looks good, y'all. Oh my god! Was it another one?
No,
the raw footage.
Oh yeah, but that's like
okay.
Yeah, no, that's just a bunch of like B-roll that we can
pull from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we'll look at that later, but
the only thing I just wish it was a little longer, but that's about it. What you think?
You know what? I'm with you. I also would like her to insert maybe the pop-up at the end.
Like she didn't put none of us talking. None of the part where we were talking on there.
I'm okay with that.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Because I messed it up so bad.
No. I'm just okay with that. Like, I mean, I think that's fine. That's not in there. Because like I said, we talked about it, but that showed it.
Yeah.
So.
Period.
Yeah, like, so. That showed it. So,
nah, it looked good. It looked good. It looked really good.
I am very excited. Like I said, I think I'll probably message her and get her to add our image at the end of it. Yeah, at the end of it or whatever. Like, like fade it out a little bit more on like how it just cut.
Okay.
But yo,
it looked good.
And the testimonial thing.
It looked bomb.
Y'all,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
People said nice stuff about us. They like us.
Shut up.
They really do.
They always like you. They don't be like
whatever. All right, y'all. So we're just coming in, recording online. We told y'all before, like afterward, the next time you hear from us will be after our pop up, and we just watched our recap video. You got to go to the YouTube to see our live reaction for it because
it was so good,
y'all. It was so good,
and we're gonna insert the clip of the actual recap video.
Yeah, on the YouTube one. But you can also catch it on our social media because baby, that's going out.
Yes,
we gotta drop that one. So
how did you feel after the fact? Okay, let's talk about leading up to the week, and then we're gonna talk about after the fact. Because I know we talked about it the entire time we've been recording. But
yes,
how did you feel during the week of leading up to the actual day? Do you even remember?
I do. Like during the week of, I felt like there were things that happened that made me want to be really nervous.
Yeah.
But prayerfully, like I wasn't nervous like I thought I was gonna be. I was like, you know what, it's fine.
I wasn't either.
We're gonna just roll with it. Yeah. And like, I definitely know that was God just, being there for us and protecting us because
big ones. Yeah.
It was, there were so many things where we could have got upset about, where we could have, but everything literally, it just, like, there was just that peace within all of it. Like, right. I think I was just more excited, and I honestly, like, I literally couldn't imagine how the day was going to go.
Yeah.
I knew what we had planned, but I couldn't visually see it. Like, I was like, I don't know. It's going to be, How did you feel?
Well, the way I felt, like, I was just anticipating because, I'm not, like, the most social person. Mm-hmm. So, me having, like, from my previous experience, like, having to socialize and talk to people all day throughout the entire event, like, I was kind of just prepping myself for that because I know, like, I could be social during a certain time frame or whatever, but I get overwhelmed really easily. So, I was kind of, like, just prepping myself for that and just being exhausted because I know we was going to want to talk to everybody coming through. Right. We was going to want to talk to all the businesses and network with them. Yeah. And after the fact, we had like some of our classmates come down from A&T, like from North Carolina, Athens. Yeah. We're Fayetteville, Virginia. Yeah. So we knew we wanted to go out with them after the fact. So I was just kind of like prepping my body.
Right. It's gonna be a long day.
And when I tell you, I was exhausted after the fact. Like we went to group therapy afterwards, and I was in there about to fall asleep. Like I was tired. Like I was like mentally drained. Like
it was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. But I feel like I definitely wasn't nervous. And, when you're doing stuff like that, you could kind of anticipate things are going to happen at the last minute. People going to drop out or whatever the case may be. And I'm just such a solution-based person. Like, okay, if something was going to happen, like, we just need to figure out how we're going to make this work. Like, that's the only thing that I was worried about. But I felt good about it. Like, I was really excited. Yeah. I knew it was going to turn out good. I just did.
I think with this one, I've worked a lot of events, but this was the first one that was ours, mine, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ours.
And, girl. Well, I mean, like mine, like, in the sense of I actually had planning in it.
Really. Yeah.
Like if it. And you know, and when I say that too, because it's different when you go and volunteer for somebody else. At the end of the day, if this fell through,
it ain't on
this
you.
Who it fell back on. You know, so I think that's a different pressure right there as well.
It is.
So I kind of felt that right there to it, because I've always been like, oh, I want to do events, or people, what do you do now? Where you live, or whatever. And like, so now you finally got one with your name on it, and it turns out bad. You know, that's that was like a different kind of pressure that I felt, and I really just wanted it to really be good, not just for us, but for the people who were involved with it, because
that was my thing.
It took so much to get them.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't we've talked about this before, like trying to find vendors on here, and that wasn't something that was an easy task.
Not at all.
That was like pulling teeth.
But the vendors that we did end up with, they were so bomb.
Amazing.
They were so bomb. Amazing. Like their setup and just them being so professional, and because I think the thing with pop-ups, like you got to be interactive with the people that's coming, you know, walking through or whatever. So they took their time. It was very thoughtful. Like it was very thought out, and everybody's stuff looked so good. Like I was really impressed. So the only pressure that I did feel was getting people to show up and really spending their money with them. That was it. Like I feel like we did our job as far as planning it and reaching out to all the resources that we had to get more coverage on it. So I feel like we did our job there. It was just actually, and the thing about events, like you really got to have some pull to get people to come out their house and come really mess with you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was my whole thing, just getting people out there.
Getting it out, like you said right there, and then getting it out there, because it's not something that they can say, oh, I went to that last year, let me go back. Like, no, this is the first one. And all you see is, okay, it's a marketplace. What does that mean? Like, who's going to be there? Who is
and we've experienced some previous markets, and it's giving flea market.
Nice.
I didn't name any, but it's giving flea market, and it's not a good look, and we did not want that at all.
We did not want it. No knockout to the flea market. You know what I'm saying? We used to rock with the ones in Atlanta and run up in there and get all the Louis and Coaches, and I'm still gonna go back and get a grill out of there.
I'm done.
That just wasn't the vibe we were trying to get.
Right, exactly.
We really wanted it to be a good experience, and that's the thing, an experience, not like you're going to the mall and go shopping. Like you don't know what you're gonna get. You know, the stores is there, the product is there for you to buy. That ain't saying you're gonna have a good experience, a good time. We wanted people to get good products and have a good time.
Like, I think that's one of the main things that we see for the vision of, you know, our event curating business. Like, we want to really provide an experience, because that's what's going to set us apart from everybody else. Like, we want our stuff to be top notch. Like, you going to remember our stuff, and you going to want to come back every time.
Yes. And like I said, it's standing out and being different. And then I feel like we had a lot of people, you know, ask us, oh, when is your next one? How often do you do this?
Ooh, that was on our body.
I was this is the first one. We just trying to get through the day.
Right. Now we had several people like just bigging us up. Like, I love that girl. With the event, like now that it's hindsight is always 2020. What
did you learn from planning this event? Because like this is really, you know what I'm saying, like really like one of your first was like going head first into like what did you learn? What did you learn about planning this event about yourself? We'll ask that first. What did you learn about yourself during this?
I would say
good and bad.
Okay, so as far as like the networking part, like I'm good with the like I've always been like a behind the scenes person. I could do the planning and all that, but like being front face and just getting out there and talking to people, like I'm not good with small talk. Small talk makes me uncomfortable. Like
really,
I'm ready to get to like, girl, what you done been through? These kids is kicking my behind. Like I'm ready to start crying with somebody and holding hands. So I would say like just trying to figure out how I could be, you know, more transparent and like I really want to build real relationships with people and figure out who's our like-minded crowd. So I would say that's kind of like what I figured out for myself. I could never tell like why I felt so uncomfortable with talking to people. But like once you get me going, I'm good with going. Yeah. Like I could talk, but it's just like that first barrier and getting started, like you say. But I would say that's the main thing. Like once I get in there, I could go though. So I'll say it's just figuring out how can I, and you better with this because you good. You can talk all day, child. Like, yes, you can.
All right.
So it's kind of like I just got to figure out how can I. I don't know. What's the best way to do that?
But what did you learn about yourself?
That was it.
No.
What you trying to get me to say, Kristen?
I don't. Nothing specific. Like I learned that. I mean, okay. So if that was it, you learned that you can make small talk. Because I'm sure you.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Of course.
That you. So that's the part that you learned that. And was it easier doing it because this was yours? No, because this was your event.
Yeah.
Because I always think that's easier.
But see, that's the thing. Like a lot of I can't do stuff that I don't believe in.
Right.
Like I can't fake with people. I can't fake with nobody. I don't care what it got to do with. I can't fake it. Like friendships, none of that stuff. Yeah. I can't be fake. So if I really believe in something, that's definitely gonna be easier for me to open up and be able to talk about it. So yeah. What you trying to get me to say? I don't know.
No, I think no. Like that's how you're saying it, right? Like you learn that you can make small talk. That it's not
of course.
That maybe it's not as challenging because it was ours. So you knew, I know I want to meet these people. So let me go. Hey, I'm Tyler. This is my, this is our event. Thank you for coming or whatever. Like, so I think at least for me, when it's something that I have some stake in. It's easier for me to
fight for it.
Feel comfortable going and talking to you versus if we just all in a random room like, hey, what do you do? Like,
okay, like, I got you. Yeah.
I'm Kristen. I'm the organizer for this one. If you need something, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm such and such. Thank you for being our talent today. This is where you're gonna be. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I've got a little bit of a stake in it or
when it's
responsibility.
Yeah, when you believe in it,
it's easier to go up and
Yeah, for sure.
Network about people.
So, I feel like, okay, during the day, we was running all over the place.
Right.
Like chicken with our heads cut off.
Yeah.
Do you find it easier with doing this with somebody else?
Yes, I definitely do because I felt like I didn't have to... At least like the setup part of everything that could not have run smoother.
Yeah.
Like the set like
the volunteers.
They were
ready to
top notch. Yeah. They had everything done for us. Like everybody was willing to jump in. So I felt that went easier. And then I liked having a partner to be able to. Okay, Tyler, let's go talk to this person.
Work the area with you. Yeah. Okay, so what's one thing? What's the major thing that you saw that we need to change moving forward?
Definitely.
I know mine.
Definitely. Okay, so let me say what I learned about myself through the event. And I feel like it definitely probably came from our conversation today.
Yeah.
I learned that I'm
bossy.
We had
us a good conversation today. Some heart to heart.
We did. I learned that I'm bossy.
Yes.
Which I think I've known that since I was like 3.
Yep.
We're gonna say bossy. I'm authoritative. I like to direct.
That's a good word. That's a nice word.
Which I don't think that's bad to be authoritative.
No, of course not.
But I also think you have to, if you have a good team, you have to be able to rely on them.
Yes. And you have to trust.
You have to trust. And I've said this before, like it's not.
Don't you do it. I knew somebody was going to do it. I thought it was going to be me, though.
Well, the interview ain't over. There's still time. I learned that, when you have a team, like I said, you have to trust them. But I think that I've wanted to...
You want it bad.
I wanted it... I definitely
you want it bad because you want everybody else to... see the potential in them and be able to succeed and have kind of like those same end goals as you.
But I wanted to. This time I learned about myself that I could do it.
Yeah. Why would you think you couldn't?
Because this was the first one that was that's why I say when it was something that I did. Mm-hmm. It wasn't something that I jumped in on somebody else's. That you know what I'm saying, that I played a support role. Like I've always been good at playing support roles for stuff because that doesn't give me certain responsibility with it. Right. There was responsibility with it, and you fight different when you got other people on your back too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like when you had kids, like your drive changed. Like you always had a drive, but you know, now it changed. And this time I'm like I said, being able to know myself that I can do it, because just because other people believe in you doesn't necessarily mean that you always believe in yourself, because everything else before this has just been an idea. Yeah. And this was the one that, we went into
2023 not playing.
Like, no, like, all right, so we're gonna jump in and do a podcast, and we're gonna jump in and do an event that, you know,
and we got several planned for the rest of the year. A lot
of stuff now, so I feel like this one I learned for myself that I can do it. Yeah. And you know, I think I saw a little bit of myself in me, maybe what some people see in me. Yeah. So I think that was a good thing for that. I also learned, like I said, to have to trust my team, and that I don't have to do everything.
Oh God.
And you know, I told you before, like sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough. That's why I'm like, let me go ahead, let me do this. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I do know the fact that we have totally different lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get to just think about me. Yeah. You got to think about your kids. You got to think about the whole household. I don't have to think about that. Right. So I'm like, let me go ahead and do this, because Tyler's managing X, Y, and Z, so it's never any of I don't want, you know what I'm saying, to do, like, even, you know, with our other partners, like our other teammate Mitzi and like Tasha,
everybody got kids but you.
Yeah, like everybody's got kids but me. I just got to keep Kristen together, and I have trouble doing that sometimes. So I can't imagine, like, you know, having to keep somebody alive. Ooh, like, Jesus.
Girl, it's rough out here.
Sometimes I forget to feed the dog. Like, y'all,
we gonna cut that out.
Right. Had white people jump on her.
Don't call Peter, okay? She is fine, I promise. She's fine, I promise.
Peter will come after.
But
sure.
No, but that's why I love our partnership, because I feel like like now with, you know, in my journey on try to better myself, like I try to over communicate, and like one of the issues that we had is like I'm being extra communicative with you, but you jumping in and doing what I just told you I'm about to do. Like what? Like literally, I ain't gonna get the example, but like literally, I was talking to Mitzi, trying to ask Mitzi a question, and I'm trying to ease into the conversation, and then I'm telling Kristen, like, I'm about to ask Mitzi this. Next thing you know, Kristen texting and asking a question that I told you I was just about to ask. Like it's, and I and that's why, like, I love that this journey that I'm on, because as soon as it happened, I said something about it. And I expect for you to do that to me. If I do something that you don't like, I expect you to bring it to me right away. If it's Mitzi, if it's something that I don't like that she sees that I'm doing, I want her to bring it to me right away. Right. Like, I don't want none of us to be walking on eggshells. No. I don't want none of us. And with my communication style, because everybody's communication style is different. Right. Like, I'd rather you be blunt and just tell me what it is and just get straight to the point, instead of you sugarcoating it or trying to ease into the conversation. Like, I don't do well with that. Because then it's like, okay, girl, like, what you trying to say? Like, then it's going to become like a respect issue with that. But we had us to talk about it. And I think, like, our partnership just works perfectly, because you good with communicating too. And when certain people, and I think that'd be the issue when friends go into business, like a lot of people be scared to have those tough conversations. Yeah. And like even with our experiences with looking for vendors or whatever the case may be, people are real unprofessional. They act like they scared to talk. They act like they scared to tell people no, whatever the case may be. And that just doesn't work for us. And I think that's why we're able to do the things that we do, and that we're going to be able to go the long haul, because all this stuff really is about communication. Right. So I'm just glad you don't ever have any hard feelings when I say stuff that, you know, because sometimes when you working with family and you working with friends, things could become real sensitive. And I don't take any hard offense to things that you tell me about your family and the people that you love, and you don't take any offense to the things that I tell you about my family and the people that I love. So yeah, we all just a work in progress, child, and we all gonna get it out of the mud together.
Listen, I feel like we're already on at least the concrete, so
we are.
We starting a little bit higher. So,
but back to what you were saying earlier, like I feel like we've been through so much, just as friends.
Yeah.
Like I done got you into so much stuff and stuff. You've been battle tested, girl. Like
y'all want to hear about the time I fell in the club fooling with her?
Not even that. Fighting, almost fighting, like girl. But I was saying to say it got me on track, like. You know my situation with my family. Like, I got people that I need to take care of and get to the next level. Right. So, when I have to have that extra confidence that we could get this stuff done. Because a lot of stuff rely on me. So, when we ain't got no choice, we're going to make it happen. Like, if you can't, if you, and that's the thing, like, that's the good thing about partnerships. Like, if you fall in, like, just going through this experience again, you had your days when you was down or whatever. And, you know, I do my little pep talk that I do, and I have my days where I don't want to deal with none of this. I don't want to talk with nobody. Like Kristen know how I am. Like I get very overwhelmed with, you know, talking to people or whatever the case may be. I don't want to do none of that this day. Mm-hmm. And she get me back in my mode to where I need to be. So we just pick each other up and keep going.
Yeah, like definitely so. And I think that, like you said, that kind of helped because we have known each other for so long, and like it's no longer about the petty stuff. Like you know, we're not going into this relationship worrying about, I left my purse around her. Like, do she steal? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if you worry about that, you definitely don't.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know when you go into some people, like you like to think that they're okay, but like. Is she really who she says she is? Like, does she do? What kind of business does she do?
Right.
Who does she deal with? What crowd follows her?
That'd be the part. Yeah. That'd be the part.
Like we even had, a situation where we had one person booked, and then some stuff happened and it fell through, and we had to book another person, and we didn't know anything about this new person.
And it ended up being.
You know what? It worked. It worked out so well. Like. Honestly, I believe everybody who was supposed to be there, who was taking part of it, they were there. So I definitely learned a lot from it. Like I already knew, like I struggle with organization on stuff, because I'm more of a big picture person. So
I think that's what our issue was, because I'm extra detailed and I want to communicate all the details that is going on in my head. So that could overwhelm you. I don't know, but I think.
I don't think it overwhelms me, but I also am like I never want anybody to take offense when I say I don't care, because it doesn't mean like I don't care about what you're doing. But like Saturday, it was like, oh, okay, we're doing this. Where do you want me to put it? I don't care. Let's make it look nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's kind of like you saying I trust your opinion.
Like I'm not any small detail stuff. I don't know. It's hard for me to do. Like I see big picture. Like this is overall the vibe we need to have. This is whatever. I want it to look nice. What do you figure out the details on that? You figure out the details on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
On that kind of situation. But I also realize that we definitely need that.
Set out roles.
Yeah, set out roles. That organization of stuff.
Right. We do.
And, but like I say, overall, like, everything worked out. At the end of the day, everybody was still friends. Nobody cussed nobody out. Like, so.
Because all of it was really petty at the end of the day.
And it wasn't any, like you said, it was never anything that we let sit. It was like, why you ain't let me do such and such, and I just told you I was doing it.
That's the most important part.
My bad.
Like, that's the most important part for me anyway, because I know how I've been through a point in time in my life where I just let stuff roll off, and then it ends up building up, and then I'm snapping on you. Like I don't want to do none of y'all like that. Like,
and I'm the opposite to it. I've, from my experiences with stuff, I let a lot of stuff slide, like before I'll say it, because I don't want to cause any problems. Like I will do a lot of.
You'll take on a lot of stuff.
I'll take it a lot before I rock the boat in it, because I know that I don't have a bad temper. So it takes a lot for me to really get angry. And it takes even more for me to like verbally get upset. So I don't like to argue. I don't like, all that stuff. So I'll let a lot of stuff sit and be like, okay, well, did they really mean this? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like
you do be in your head.
Try and like fix it. But, like even through this is, you know, with you saying, okay, I want you to be blunt about this, or, you know, like, even when we first started, like, you had made a post, and I really liked it, but I didn't like the song you used, because it wasn't clean. And, you know, I was not saying I don't listen to stuff like that, but I'm like, okay, when we put this out, we want, you know, and that was just, but it took me a lot to say that.
Really?
Yeah, like, because I was like, I don't know how she's about to take this, like, it's
after you
like,
knowing me for so long.
You do it yourself. Yeah, like, no, I don't want to do it. I just don't want you, just don't put the cuss words on it.
Right.
You know, so, so, you know, like, communication is
key.
It's key. It's something that I think we're working on. I think, you know, overall, like, we did an amazing job.
Right. It came out so
and we were excited, so, you know, for just last minute. Okay, we didn't tell this. I'm gonna tell this, and then I have a question for you.
Okay.
So, just we're super thankful, like I said, for everybody, but even our last minute, like, partnerships and connections that came through.
Ooh, yes.
Like, so we ended up randomly messaging the guys who were doing the first Black Bar Crawl here in Greenville, and talked to them about partnering up, giving away a pair of tickets. They were down for it.
Yeah.
Came out. So
stayed a long time.
Listen, like, they stayed. They ate food. They got beer from the brewery. They played cornhole.
Yeah.
Like, they hung out. It was. They talked to us and really gave a lot of encouraging words on our journey. Like, it was.
They were bomb. I also think, like, if all else failed, I was just glad that they came, and just the energy that they brought to us and the words that they brought to us. Like, it kind of, I knew we were on the right track, but they definitely, like, confirmed a lot of stuff for us. And they was like, you know, well, I ain't gonna tell what they said, but they were just bomb. Like, just when you come in contact with people who are like-minded with you, it feels so good.
Yeah, so, you know, so shout out to AJ and Joe. You know, we appreciate y'all for coming through and supporting and, you know, like, pouring that.
And they got on the mic and talked to it. And AJ was like, he gave it up.
So we're, that was good. And then, y'all, this is just the power of, first of all, like, God shooting your shot and just.
Not shooting your shot.
Yeah, like, legit. So the news actually came out and interviewed us. Yeah. And the only reason they came was, I'm gonna say this. So we literally, and I hope you get something out of this. So, number one, you don't always have to have what you think you have for God to bless it.
Right.
Because a lot of times we sit on a lot of stuff because we don't think we have what we need to do it.
Yep.
So literally, one of our teammates, her husband works for a local news channel, gave me the email address to email these people about our event, and I never did it because I didn't have our press. I was like, what I thought I needed, I didn't have.
Right.
I thought I couldn't just send them an email. I was like, I need a press release, I need this and that, so it can look professional because they're not gonna pay it any attention. I thought I needed all that, and I didn't have time to get it done.
Yeah.
So I didn't do it.
Right.
And this chick who is a news anchor at another local station, I sent her the flyer in her DM. And I just said, hey, this is what we're having. You know, we got some really good vendors. You know, they're minority and women owned. I hope you can come out and check us out.
Right.
She, from that, asked me to send it to her. She
was excited about it, too. Yeah.
She forwarded to her people at the news station. And from there, literally, we didn't hear anything. It was 3 o'clock that day. And the lady was like, hey, we're here. We want to interview y'all.
Kristen's phone was on 6%.
Yo, like, it was low the whole day. Like, it could have been dead and gone, okay? But, so I'm like, you know, like, it's literally like, if God took our little and made it much, okay? Like, what is it? Five loaves of bread and fishes, okay? He did the miracle over here. So.
Pastor Ryan gonna be disappointed in you.
That I didn't know it. I didn't know how many loaves of fishes and bread it was. Listen, it was bread and fishes, okay? It's a miracle. The people was fed. That's what matters. But then, okay, and then this is my question, because I had somebody ask this to me. They were like, you know, well, I think they said, well, I think the next one you should do, you know, why don't you do it back home? And I had some... Okay, I kind of had some choice words a little bit. And I'm like,
we could do it in Pendleton tomorrow.
Why do you think Pendleton is such a diverse city over Seneca? Get out of town.
Really? I ain't gonna say what I really want to say.
Pendleton's small too.
Anyway, go ahead, girl. What you was about to say?
Pendleton people love Pendleton.
Right?
They love Pendleton.
We do.
You're right. Well, that's weird.
No. It's weird.
They used to be in high school at P-Town.
That's right.
Go.
Throw your peas up.
We have the nerve to have these two hands.
We have our own lingo. We have our own neighborhoods. Do y'all? Yeah, y'all got like Bruce Hill and
stuff.
Yes, we do, girl.
I said we have neighborhoods.
Boogie Woogie.
Ooh. Please, all Pendleton people, please do not. I mean, no harm. I come in peace. I come in peace. Like, anywho.
That's why I grew up, girl. So tread lightly now.
Ooh, child, the turf war is real. Hey.
Yeah. Okay. So,
but anyway,
doing it back home.
Yeah, she asked me about doing it back home, and I felt like, because she was saying too, she was like doing it back home, but then also she was like, maybe you'll be able to have some more local vendors, and I said, out of the people back home that we knew, that sold stuff, a lot of them didn't even fill out the stuff. Yeah, there was maybe, what I'm saying, 1 or 2, and I was like, it could have been, them necessarily not feeling prepared. Yeah. Which is understandable. I was like, but no, like people tag people back home and stuff, and they didn't do it. And I'm like, the people that we had came. This was closer for them to get to than to come to Seneca or Pendleton or that kind of thing. So I was just like,
the truth of the matter is, people be putting on like they doing this and that, and they really don't be doing this and that.
That is very true.
Period.
That is very true.
So that's why they don't want to come out. But at the end of the day, I definitely want to do something back home.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to doing anything back home at all, but I want it to be the right thing too. Yeah. I know we can't.
I think something for the kids. Yeah. So an event for the kids will be good. I'm planning a autism awareness event back home because I know like with the smaller towns that's around us, it seems like it's a lack of resources for that type of stuff. So I kind of want to find all the information that I can and pull that out and be able to help, people that's going through that and have kids that have autism and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to do that. I think those type of events would be a good start. Yes. And then we could kind of, like we pretty much got something planned for October, September for around in our area. So that'll be good too.
Yeah, so I think it's I'm definitely not opposed to doing anything back home, but what we did this weekend, I think it worked here because of the diversity of crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because even with this, it was a learning curve for letting people kind of figure out what it was. But I also, as much as we want to say that our towns are maybe inclusive, a lot of times they're not. The reason that we really picked the spot that we picked was because the type of events they do there. They had, they had drag shows, they had fashion shows, they had, a rap concert. They had a lot of things, and we knew that we would go there and be welcome. And I don't ever want to have somebody in my house, so to speak, and they don't feel welcome. Right. So I was like, I think I'm not opposed to it, but I'm like, maybe not this set. Like, finding, like you said, something family oriented or something for the kids. Like, I think definitely that could work. Right. Back home, and
that's gonna get the people on our side.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and that's okay because she was like, because she said maybe you'll have some more support from here, and I said, just because somebody knows you doesn't necessarily mean that you're your target audience. So
we closed.
Who knows here? Is it the man who cleans the windows?
I can't even see nothing because the lights so bright.
Yeah, I can't see.
But you had a question for me. What was the question in that?
I don't know. I guess would you want to do something back home?
I would, because that's something that I said a long time ago. But anyway.
Attitude Mark?
But like back to what you were saying about the news thing, like everybody called and told us that they saw us on the news.
Everybody seen it but us.
Right.
Still ain't seen it. Still ain't got a copy.
But with that being said, like that led to other resources that I didn't even know we had. Like, so, you know, just getting the word out there, that's bringing us more people that can help us.
Yeah, so
come to find out, my cousin a grant writer. Didn't even know that.
And we need that.
Right.
Apply for these grants. So many grants go unfulfilled because people don't want to apply for them.
Right.
So definitely so.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah. All in all, our event was. I'm just so ecstatic.
Are you ready for the next one?
For what our future holds. Of course I am.
Are you ready? Like you.
You
locked in on this, like, so the thing, you know, the foolery I dream. So the stuff that comes out, like,
we doing it.
I just need.
You know, I ain't gonna tell you.
Just be like, we rolling now, like that. Look, we done got so. Look, we got 5 people stamps of approval. We are official. We doing it, like, ready.
I'm ready, girl. I'm excited.
Well, I'm Kristen,
and I'm Tyler,
and you've been listening to Hustle and Lace Podcast.
We got that shit down.
That was good. That's a good one.
I'm excited.
That was a good one.